Hey guys, it's Lauren Cohan.
Hey, what's up? It's Steven Yeun
Hi, I'm Andrew Lincoln from The Walking Dead.
And you're watching Covino
and Rich.
Let's welcome for the first time on the show, Colman Domingo and Kim Dickens, everybody. Oh, there they are. There's that music. Let's get you all fired up.
I'll tell you what, I love the music to the show.
It's not even music, it's a stinger.
What would you call it? Creepy stinger?
That is it.
Yeah.
Yeah, hell, again. Because it's not like the Walking, because the regular Walking Dead has like do 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 do. This is more like it's fucking right at you.
By the way, guys, we're big fans, so thank you for being here. We appreciate it. My first question for you guys is, you're here together, right? You're promoting the show. You got this.
Do you like each other?
Common interest. Yeah. Do you guys secretly hate each other? No. You do love each other? That's cool. But did you guys know each other before the show happened? Did you know of each other at all?
No, I didn't know.
I knew nothing of her work.
Really?
I didn't know he existed.
But you guys, you've never crossed paths or anything, right? And now all of a
I
sudden,
can't believe we have, because we do have mutual friends.
So many, it's wild. And
That's weird.
But I've been a fan of hers as well.
Right.
Just like knowing her name, seeing her in House of Cards, and I was like, oh my gosh, who's that actor?
Yes, of course. She's been in so many awesome things. Yeah. Yes, things I didn't even realize.
Coleman's thinking, I gotta live up to Kevin Spacey. I gotta. She's used to acting across from people like that.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, The Blind Side, Footloose, Gone Girl, The Gift. She worked with one of your favorites, Spot.
Oh, Katie.
Yeah.
Katie Holmes.
You know the scene
Oh
he
my
likes.
God.
You know the scene from The Gift that he's
perverted Spot.
That's
Right.
It was a great movie.
Right.
It was a
No, of
great
course.
movie.
And now Fear the Walking Dead. So tell us first off, because the first time we're meeting you guys, when you heard about it, was it immediate excitement based on the popularity, the built-in audience and all that stuff, or did you not really know a whole lot about it?
No, not at all.
Really?
Honestly, I think the strangest thing is that most of our cast were not huge fans of the genre. We had no idea that it was this huge zeitgeist.
Because you're in your own lane doing your own thing, or it's just not your...
we were just doing films and television shows everywhere else, and I had no idea it was so huge.
No way.
And so my agent, I just changed agencies, and my agent was just like, oh, I'm really excited. I really want to set you up with a meeting for Fear the Walking Dead. I'm like, what's that? And they're like, oh, it's going to be...
By the way,
it's going to be a spin-off of this.
Great first get by the new agent, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
You know what? I think they did pretty darn good. Yeah.
Because they probably how agents work. They're like, no, we're big things. We're gonna do big things.
Exactly.
And this
They were for real about it.
Yeah,
exactly.
And you delivered.
Did I deliver?
Yeah, without a doubt. By the way, before you walked in, Colman, I picture your character Strand in a Scully, and Covino's like, no, I don't get it at all. Do you feel like a lot of pictures I identify you wearing on the boat, wearing the hat, looking all badass?
I realize, and I forget sometimes, that when I do wear a Scully, that's when people recognize me the most. But I never think of him wearing that.
I picture you looking smooth with the suit.
That's what I think too. That's what I
very
That's what I think too.
And,
but
on
no,
the
it's
boat.
more like with the skull cap. That's exactly when people are like, "Oh my God, you're that dude."
Right,
I'm like,
right.
"Oh yeah, that's right."
And then the voice, I'm sure,
like
is
that,
a giveaway.
like that guy. Look at him.
Right.
Look at that mug.
Strand is the dude with the boat, and in real life, you got on like what would you call that?
I got it. It's a
kimono.
It's a kimono, a Philip Lim kimono. It's got some flowers. I thought it's
You know what I hate about it though?
What?
You look fantastic.
Thank you.
It's the fact that you pull it off, but if we wore
You
that,
couldn't wear this?
we'd be making
Like,
fun of
what
each other.
is he wearing?
No, Kim, he cannot wear this.
Great on you. No.
Should we let him try it on?
Oh my God!
I'm not wearing anything on it.
Oh,
geez.
jeez.
That's fine. It's
No,
all
but
right.
you know what I mean? Like,
People
you
have seen it
totally
before.
pull it off,
It's
and it
cheap.
looks great on you.
Thank
It's super cool. If I wore that, these guys would be making fun of me, without
You
without
gotta be bold about it. You
Right.
gotta be like,
You gotta own it.
You gotta own it. Just like, yeah, I'm wearing this, and you gotta walk in with like such a bravado and just like, yeah, you see this?
Spot on Monday. He's gonna walk in with a kimono.
Please don't.
I love that you guys are laughing already. I love you're laughing and teasing him already at the idea of it.
I know that's the thing, but you have that sort of bold confidence about you. You know.
You always love bringing up this point, Covino.
Yeah.
I was gonna say your character is such a badass. Is there a party that's like, well, is my character? Am I as cool in real life as my character is?
You know, I never. I'm a big old nerd, to be honest, and I think that my character is just really kind of. He's kind of cool, and I'm interested in him. I think that's the joy of being an actor. You feel like I'm such a research bookish nerd, and then I get to like play this guy who's kind of a badass. You know,
And you're a song and dance man, too.
and I'm a singing and dancing man.
Are you really?
A Broadway man, exactly.
Yeah,
So
all
it's
these hidden
fun.
talents we don't know about sometimes. You know,
Everybody- I mean,
with
we
you
have-
Oh,
guys.
he's like a quadruple threat.
Oh, really?
Writer, director, singer, dancer.
Wow,
actor,
I
he
just
does
like
it
to stay
all.
busy.
circus performer.
Yeah, actually, they found
No,
out.
you're not.
Dude, I used to be in the circus. Yeah,
What?
I told Kim, and Kim was like, "What?" They were like, "There's a scene." That
You have siblings and you all jump through hoops together?
This is great because
on
Richard
fire
Domingo
and on
brothers.
fire.
Domingo
On
brothers.
fire. No. I did a circus called Make a Circus, and I toured all over California, and I played the evil salamander monster, and and I was on 6 feet tall stilts, and I did aerial web work.
No way.
Dude, that was when I was 22.
Well, Rich is a total bozo, so you have
So we have
something.
something
Oh,
to
that's
yeah,
good.
yeah,
Okay,
I can be a
exactly.
clown.
I see the
can
red
be a
nose.
clown.
I see the red nose.
Great clown work. Great clown work.
Now, speaking of characters and badasses, Kim, your character, you've always had a badass sort of way about you on the show, but now it's getting darker and you're getting more cutthroat, right? And this season is supposed to be next level, like you are the badass. Is that right?
Yeah, this season for Madison, it's all bets are off.
Right.
Yeah, apocalyptic persona is on. It's just merciless.
So this
and
is the
dark.
transition.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
What I love about just the whole idea of when this goes down, you see what people are made of, right? We met your pal
Yeah.
Cliff Curtis. We were talking before.
Another man of many talents. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Another super cool
And
guy.
not only a great actor, that guy could kill you with his bare
Yeah.
hands. Isn't he like
Absolutely.
trained in all these fighting styles?
Yeah, he's brilliant.
So he's a guy that in his character sort of crumbles. He wants to see the good in everything. He doesn't think things could really go that wrong. But your character, Kim, immediately was like, "Yo, shit's going down.
Yeah.
I'm preparing."
Get it together.
Do you feel like in real life is that because he makes fun of me because I would think about this stuff way too much. I'm like, what type of person would I be? Do you think?
Well, I always say for Rich, it's not a show; it's a possibility. You know.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
You're like,
Yeah.
it's tomorrow.
Right. He's like, well, what would I do?
What would I do? Yeah, do I have enough stuff at the house? So I mean, do you feel like you would react the way
Well,
your character would, or are you a
I-
kind person?
I am a kind person, but I also think I'm very quick in emergencies, and so I think I would be quick to adjust, and I think I would be even more quick now that I've done the show.
Yeah.
Not that I would be as badass as Madison at all, but I'm just a little bit more prepared.
It's fun to play a badass, though. I imagine,
Yes,
though, right?
Fucking fun, yeah. Sorry.
So when you guys watch, do you watch the show? I imagine
Yeah.
you watch the show.
We watch our show. Yeah.
Is there a part of you that's like that's cool? Like, do you take it for granted? Or do you
Dude, I
appreciate?
saw the first 2 episodes
Yeah.
just last night, and I thought, I was like, that's a cool show.
Oh, from this season.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
like,
okay.
I wish I was. Wait, I am on that show. It's an amazing show. No, I really thought it was incredible. I think every department is just like killing it this season.
I absolutely love the show. Of course, there's always the comparisons to The Walking Dead. Do you guys watch that show at all? Do you look at that show for inspiration at all, or do you keep it separate on purpose?
Well, I keep it separate because we were told in the beginning when we got our jobs, they were like, don't educate yourself in The Walking Dead because we want it to look different. We want it to be its own beast. And,
Right.
and in fact, we were encouraged by AMC and Robert Kirkman and everyone to just do your own thing. Let it look different. Let it be different. It's a different story, different people, different area.
It's a whole different look,
Different
a different
time.
vibe. Yeah, everything about it is
Yeah.
completely different.
But
is
you ever
is
think
there-
of what would happen, like if, let's say, like
Yeah.
Rick and some of the characters from Walking Dead, sort of at some point years from now, bumped into this crew? Like you never know where they would go with this. I mean,
I think they could do it because our timing is a little off. I think they could do it through flashbacks or flash forwards.
Right. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
you know.
And you could see maybe paths crossing somehow, some way.
Yeah.
Is there a secret competition there? Is there has to be a part of you guys since you're the newer show that's like, yo, we're gonna get these guys, or is it what's good for them is good for you and vice versa?
I haven't felt competition.
Not
I
at
felt
all.
like so
You get
grateful
supported
to
by
have.
them.
Yeah.
They've been so supportive of us, and I mean that is a phenomenal fan base that they earned and built on their
Yeah.
own. That many of them glance our way, and we're so grateful for that. But they've been so gracious and supportive.
Do they?
To us.
You feel like they glance, or do you feel like they were?
are they
They've
invested?
hung-
I feel
Oh
invested.
yeah, they've hung around.
I
for
think
sure,
so.
for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
Absolutely.
When you
Yeah.
see the
Well, what I
Comic-Con
meant-
type crowds, is that what you're talking about? The craziness of how, like, now that you're on a show like this, you go to one of those like
We go to Strand,
essentially
yeah.
like nerd events. But now Nerd is cool. Nerd is like great shows we watch. But
Yeah.
those events, people come out in thousands.
Those
Yeah.
events are fantastic, and I think it's become something that I had never imagined. I never imagined that like these fans would come and they're just so happy that you're there and you're hugging. You get from behind the counter and you're hugging them and squeezing them, and people from the Make-A-Wish Foundation. And you really feel like wow, this show is affecting people in such tremendous ways. So it's not just a show; it feels like you're part of a community.
Oh,
and
for sure.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It feels really cool.
Yeah. That's your family in a way.
Truly,
they
yeah.
love you. Yeah, absolutely.
It really is a love fest. Yeah.
And season 3 returns 2 episodes back to back this weekend. So excited
You
for
gonna
it, too.
stay? You gonna stay awake?
Absolutely, yeah. No,
That's his biggest struggle. Every Monday, every Monday, no matter how intense it is, he was like,
Wait.
"Oh, do you watch? Even it could be Walking
I'll
Dead.
tell you
It could
why.
be Fear the
Why
Walking
do you-
Dead.
what
It could
what
be
time do
any."
you go to sleep?
Get it?
Well, you know what it is? No, you know what it is? Shows like this one especially, I have to watch like at night, like when I'm completely settled, no one bother me.
Right.
You know, lights are out, and that tends to make me tired. He watches shows like yours in the day.
Yeah.
Like he'll DVR
Sometimes,
watching in
yeah.
the daytime. I can't. I have to be in that
No,
mindset. You know what I mean? And a lot of times it's late.
Yeah.
So not because it's not exciting. Yeah. No. Big
Double
fan.
episode Sunday night.
Yeah.
Get a coffee.
I'm so excited, dude. I'll come over and watch it with
Sweet.
you.
I'm excited, man.
Absolutely. So, your kids on the show. We've met your daughter just in the hallway. I forget her real name.
Alicia is her real name as
Yeah,
well.
beautiful. We saw her
Yeah.
here in oh, there she is. And we just saw Frank in the hallway before.
Yeah.
What is it like to work with them? Because they seem super talented, especially Frank's character. I always said, this guy's like a young Johnny Depp or something.
Oh, they're beautiful souls. They
Yeah.
really are. They're so
Super talented.
They're good kids on the inside and out. They're great young adults. Really, really fun to be with. They're constantly learning and absorbing things on set, but they came in so talented and such good heads on their
Do
shoulders.
you become emotionally invested though when you play their parent on the show? Is there a weird sort of connection there now, or do you keep it professional and you're just actors?
Oh, we love each other.
Yeah?
Yeah, we're all tight. Yeah, we're very close, and yeah.
But that doesn't happen all the time.
Just getting
No, it
texts
doesn't.
from Alicia on set
Oh,
right
really?
now while I was out there and showing me.
We'll take pictures and
Yeah.
send it to her.
Yeah.
So we really have become a family, to be
Yeah.
honest.
Think about it. If they're all good people, which I'm sure it seems like they are, right?
Yeah.
You're part of something big, and you're part of something people are
So
watching.
you're all excited together.
It's a job that is sticking around for a while. As long as your characters are alive, do you fear that ever that you don't know where because the other one has books they sort of follow. This is at any time they could be like Kim.
Freeform.
never
yeah,
know.
yeah. Well,
You know?
You know what? We're used to that. We're actors. You kind of you move on. You keep moving. So it's part of the game. It's part of the story. It's part of the genre.
Do you care much about the project with the integrity it has with fans? Meaning, you're part of House of Cards and Fear the Walking Dead. So for people that are like TV snobs, those are two shows that have credibility.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
according to someone now, you'd be like, yeah, she's on two cool shows. Do you care about that at all, or is work
I
just
care
work?
about it. It's
Yeah, you
awesome.
can. I was gonna say, like, when someone's looking at your IMDb, they're like, House of Cards and Fear the Walking Dead. Kim Dickens hot right now.
She's pretty classy. You choose pretty classy
Keep it
projects.
classy. Keep it classy.
Hey, do you guys get awkward about watching yourselves on TV, or are you so used to it by now? Like, do you watch it and say, "Oh, I look handsome in this clip," or "Oh, I don't like how I looked in that one," or do you just roll with the character and enjoy it for what it is?
I think you roll with it and enjoy it for
Yeah.
what it is without anything on it. Sometimes you're like that. Hopefully you have camera people and lighting people that know your angles and won't let you look like a monster unless
Right.
you need to look like a monster. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? You just trust it. You give yourself over to it, and it's like with no ego, to be honest.
Right.
I think by now we're like we're a show in the apocalypse, and you're going to look messy and crazy and not pretty, and that's part of the job.
We're so dirty in the show.
No,
we're-
but a
we're
lot
filthy,
of times,
yeah.
no creepo. We're not being creepy, Kim. But a lot of times we're watching a show and like, hey, Kim's looking good on the show. Like, yeah.
little dirt.
Yeah. I'm like, I know she's not supposed to be looking good, but she's looking good on
You
in
gotta
there.
look apocalyptic hot.
Right.
Sometimes.
And Colman, your character on the show, you were together with this guy Thomas Abigail, right? That was your partner on the show.
Yes.
Was that meant to be a surprise? Because that was a surprise to me when I was watching
It first started out between season one.
Right.
I thought Abigail was possibly my daughter or my wife. I just knew it was Abigail.
Oh, that's all it was.
That's all. Like, I didn't know anything. And
Thomas Abigail. It wasn't Thomas Abigail.
No, it wasn't
just
Thomas Abigail.
Okay.
Even when there's a image of me looking at a picture before we left, there wasn't a picture of anyone, and it was like you can just say it could be who you wanted, but it was Abigail.
So when you were playing Strand was just Strand.
Strand was just Strand, and then you just once again Strand just became even more complex.
Right.
Once they said, what if Dave Erickson said, well, we're thinking Abigail is Thomas Abigail. I said, cool, all right, that gives another layer to Strand.
Okay, so it was a surprise not only
No.
to us, but to you.
To me as
Yeah,
well.
right,
But also,
right.
I think that's so cool because you got a whole sense of his fullness of a character,
Yeah.
and then you found out something else about him. So it's like once again, it's just that didn't dictate who he was and his choices.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? It was
Okay,
just like,
cool.
It made him a full human being, which I thought was great.
And especially in that world, when the world's ending, those type of issues don't apply to that.
Zero.
That's like
Zero.
the last thing.
That's the last thing anybody's thinking about. Remember?
Yeah.
All the rest of the characters, no one even if blinks an eye.
No one
They're like,
flinched.
oh, Strand's gay.
exactly. exactly. When I was in bed, when I was in bed with Abigail, and you just walked in, and we would joke.
We would joke that I'd walk in with a tray like, "You're gay,"
and I would just say, "Get out, get out, get out! Don't look at me, don't look at me."
Right.
Yeah, just being silly, you know. But it's great. But I love that that's the way
it's a very
that's the way they
diverse
deal with
show,
it.
what
Exactly.
we have, and the
Yeah.
characters are just reflective of real life.
It's true.
That's what's so great about this show.
And this is a weird analogy, but we do a radio show every day, right? And sometimes we do great shows nobody notices. And once a year we do a guacamole competition, which is the dumbest thing that we do.
Yeah, it's terrible radio.
But it seems to be what we're known for sometimes. And everyone's like, "Oh, you guys are great, the guacamole thing."
Yeah.
You know, is it weird for you that this is the show that sort of gets you guys recognized when you said you've done stage work and you've done all this crazy stuff?
Yeah.
Is that odd to you, or does it all sort of make sense?
Like, because while this is probably, this is top-notch work from you, but you may think in your head,
You've been doing great stuff for
I
years.
did this thing on stage 5 years ago that no one acknowledged the right way.
I feel very, very honored actually that it's because of this work, because I think that what this work is doing. I remember somebody sort of poo-pooed on the genre, and I thought like, no, you really don't understand it. It's like the incredible storytelling that we're doing. I still think falls in line with. I'm not going to like name drop, but it still falls in line with films that I've done with Spielberg or Lee Daniels or Ava DuVernay. I still think it's in line with all of it because it's about our humanity. There's questions that are being raised.
By the way, that was a total name drop.
I totally name dropped. I just name dropped my entire career. I just like, do you hear that? Just fall. I just name dropped everything. I just gave a plug for my entire career. All right? Available for parties and bar mitzvahs.
Right. Exactly. So you put this genre up there with all of that.
I do.
And if
actually.
anything,
I do.
Okay, cool.
In every single way. I think people, if you really look at it and examine it, I think the quality of the storytelling that we're doing is top notch.
Yeah, do you find it to be tricky sometimes? Because we do as fans, because we try to push this show on certain family members,
Right.
and they'll be the stubborn
Not into
parents
zombie
or
stuff.
something.
I don't watch that.
I don't
Right,
fucking
right.
watch zombie stuff, and you're like, no, you dope. It's not a zombie show. It's a show about survival and love and instinct, and there's so many other things. Do you feel like, are you done defending it, or are you like, watch it or don't watch it? Like,
I'm done defending.
Same
it.
here. I'm
like,
done.
Like, you're
I'm
lost.
done.
You're
Yeah.
lost. Not
I'm
about
like-
zombies. Like,
I'm like, go watch something else.
Why
It's all
throw
good.
shade? You don't even know. So
Exactly.
yeah.
But I love the people who even throw shade about it still because they're still watching. So I'm
Yeah.
like, you're mad at it, but you're still watching. So what's that about?
Yeah.
That's
you know.
true.
So, but I
Yeah.
think,
They're engaged. They get it. They're impassioned by it.
and I think that's so cool. I mean, the first couple seasons as well, we were catching up as characters. We weren't savvy with this world, and I think that season 3 is just going to be a whole other epic adventure. I honestly, and this is objectively, like as if I had nothing to do with the show. I watched the first 2 episodes last night, and I was blown away.
Yeah.
Yeah, by
It jumps
yeah.
off. It really does.
Oh my gosh!
I'm
And this one
torn.
right
I'm
here.
torn if I want to watch it tonight because we got the little link that you guys send if we
Yeah.
can watch it. Do I wait? Sometimes part of me wants to wait till
you should
Sunday.
wait, yeah. You
should wait,
Because
you
if
should
I
wait.
watch ahead of time, then I have no one to talk to
You-
about
exactly.
it. because That's one of the things you love to do about a show
Oh,
like
you know
this.
what? That's a great question too. You know, it premieres Sunday night. Again, the 2-part premiere of the new season. Do you guys go to social media right afterward to see the reaction? There's got to be some fun in that to see what people are saying about it. No,
I think some of us might live tweet. I think there's a light plan of everybody coming over to my apartment.
Yep.
And we watch.
We all live in the same building, so we work.
Oh, sweet.
On Monday.
We'll be there Sunday night.
Yeah,
Come
great,
by.
wonderful, great,
I'm in
great.
Sherman.
Bring the guacamole. Bring guacamole. Exactly.
yeah, drinks and everything. So you guys all live in the
Yeah, so we hang out in rooms, and so we'll probably watch it together because we work the next day.
Oh, okay,
So
okay,
we're still
okay.
working on it, so.
You know, I'm looking at the work you've done, Kim, because you're much like you, Colman. You guys have been part of a lot of big things. I see here. I made a little note. Flash forward. They make fun of me because I consider that
Not
to
because
be...
you liked it.
No, they make fun of me because I swear that this is the best show that ever got canceled quickly.
Really? Yeah, I only did one episode.
You only
so-
did one episode, but you were part.
Yeah.
Do you remember that show?
I do.
You remember like the whole premise and everything.
Sure.
The concept is great.
Yeah.
Is that a fear when you guys take on projects nowadays? Because things they pull the plug pretty quick
it's
these
so
days.
Painful.
Oh, yeah.
There's so many good things that have just.
They don't give it a
I
moment.
still have
Yeah.
heartaches about certain things that got canceled early. You know,
Yeah.
so.
Is that just the life of an actor, right?
It is. It's frustrating. It's very frustrating, though, and because there are so many powers that be, and sometimes it can be just the greatest show, and it just doesn't get the chance.
Is
you know?
it always money?
It's such a
Is it-
crowded market.
is
It's
it-
just a crowded market of television these days
Yeah.
as well. And
Yeah.
It's like, well, what's going to pop out?
Yeah.
And then what is the network, are they going to be patient enough for it to build its steam like some things could, you know?
Yeah, like the show Timeless.
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 That got canceled and renewed in a day.
I like that show,
Yeah.
and I was bummed, and I'm like, oh, now they're giving it life again, and it's so hard for a viewer to want to invest in something.
Yeah.
And say,
Right, interesting,
and that's I think that's where people could catch up with you guys on Hulu, right? Because you guys are all on Hulu. 'Cause
Yeah.
you could catch up. That's the fun of it. You could catch up at any time.
Yeah.
This goes along with what Rich is saying too about here today, gone tomorrow in your industry and how tough it is. Fortunately, you guys don't have to deal with this because you're on hit shows and you guys are doing awesome. But was there a point in time when you're going from project to project where you were thinking, well, what do I do in between? And what were you willing and not willing to do? Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of actors on these shows that they're recognizable 1 minute.
Yeah.
But then can they go and be a waiter or waitress at a place
Yeah, like
the next
early
day?
on in your career, was there a point where you were
Is
able
that awkward?
to? Can you ever go backwards?
Early on in my career, that's
Yeah.
exactly what I did. I remember I finished a Broadway show, and I was just catching up financially. I finished a Broadway show, a hit show,
Right.
called Passing Strange, and then I went back to my bartending job. So, but also I was doing this at the same time in New York. I was actually on stage because sometimes you'll be getting paid off Broadway maybe $400 a week, and I was on stage. I was Take My Bow for a show that I was starring in at a major theater.
Major applause.
Major
Oh,
applause.
yeah. Curtain
And then I
calls.
was like, timing wise, good. I changed out of my clothes, hopped a cab, and within 10 minutes, I was like, hey, what can I get you? That's the nature of it.
Right.
But, these days as well, I think a lot of us, we do so many things, like, whether we're doing television and film, and, I direct and write as well. But we have a lot of things we're juggling as well. Everybody's doing so many things. We have musicians, we have people who have bands. Frank has a band, you know what I mean? So we're just juggling a lot of things, which is cool.
And I imagine the success of this show gives more opportunities for other things. So is there pressure to cash in now while the opportunity's there, Kim? Like, do you find yourself doing more movie auditions and things like that than before?
Well, I've been so busy by this show.
The show takes up
the
that
show
much
takes
time,
up so
right?
much time, and
like 7
and-
months out of the year.
Oh,
Yeah, and
wow,
I took
really?
a little time off
Wow.
last season, and I did an independent film. I'd maybe show up on House of Cards again this season, but I also just went and did an independent film for fun. It was a great material and everything, but. Yeah, I mean, there is a feeling of, well, you need to make hay while the sun shines at the same time, but I'm only gonna do what I respond to or what I write for, and
Yeah, I was gonna say, because you've been doing this while you look like you're 30-something.
I am.
And you are, and you are, which is terrific. Which is amazing that you've been doing this for so long since you're only 30-something. But it's amazing though that there are times that we talk to a lot of actors and actresses, and that there's peaks and valleys like throughout your whole career. And is that just the mindset you have to permanently live in? That there may be years that you're balling and years that you're just sort of maintaining. Years that you're balling. Is that just the life?
Yeah, I mean, I've been doing it over 24 years professionally now. So it's like, yeah, they're dry spells, and that's, I think, part of the trick to being able to be a successful actor or performer is luck, is talent, and perseverance. And
Right.
perseverance is the hard stuff.
Right.
It's picking yourself back up. It's weathering through it, the rejections and the dry periods, and it just kind of takes that ability to
And I'm sure there's some satisfaction involved in a lot of those, rejections when you're on a hit show like this, right? It's got to feel a little good when there's a lot of people that probably passed on you at one point, and now you're on a hit AMC show.
You don't think about that though.
You don't.
You honestly don't.
That's the wrong motivation.
That's why you're making revenge.
I'm so bitter.
Why are you so mad? You're so angry over there.
I'm motivated by all the wrong things, I guess.
I always think that the things that were always supposed to be mine were always supposed to be mine.
Right.
And I think, and also I think as well, I'm always supporting fellow actors and artists to have agency in terms of like getting behind the camera, producing, developing things on their own. So that you always feel like you're active and proactive in your career, because it is very difficult sometimes just to be out there in the wind at the whim of like casting and things like that.
At this stage of the game, I'm sorry, Kim. When you guys are at this stage of the game, when you guys have a bigger name now than in the last couple of years or so, but you have two big shows doing the things you're doing on this show. It's are there people you saw along the way that you give a little help to now, like maybe some kid that you worked
I
with,
always do.
maybe some kid on a stage show you did on Broadway,
do.
like he hasn't gotten his break yet, but you gotta see this
I'm
girl,
always
you gotta see,
Yes, I have a file of people that I'm always thinking I want to take care of this, but also you also want to support people who are doing for themselves as well.
Right,
You know what I mean? So you're like,
you're not giving out handouts.
no,
you gotta earn.
you gotta work hard.
You gotta make it happen.
for sure.
All
Yeah,
right.
when they cross the border in Mexico, you're not a walker.
No, come on! I want to do it. Again, Colman Domingo and Kim Dickens here from Fear the Walking Dead. Really excited about this weekend, and it's really nice to meet you guys. I didn't know you all lived together. I didn't know 7 months. I figured it took a while, but 7 months.
Same complex, all hanging.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Same
It's like
apartment.
a dormitory. It's like a fear dorm.
No, exactly.
Remember living in dorms?
yeah,
Oh
of
my
course.
God.
That was before the days of phone, leaving dry erase messages.
Yeah, of
on
course. Yeah.
Oh, one last thing about the show because people are going to watch it Sunday as it picks
Oh wait,
back
yeah,
up
Frank,
again.
your son on the show, didn't
Yeah.
he direct the episode or something like that? Or did he do something behind the scenes on the season or no?
Frank Delane?
Or did
No.
I misread something?
I think you misread.
Yeah, probably
Yeah.
was
Probably
told
misread.
wrong information.
Maybe having a premonition. Maybe he's going to do
Maybe
something.
he will.
Exactly.
I think he's great though. I really do.
fantastic.
That was
Yeah.
fantastic. Yeah.
Do you think when people see this world of walkers and zombies, and God forbid this happen, it reminds me of another show that I'm also watching. You watching Handmaid's Tale at all on
I
Hulu?
Oh, I hear
haven't.
that's
I've seen the first
fantastic.
one, but I
It's,
got
it's fantastic,
Yeah.
and very similar thing where you see how in that show, compared to The Walking Dead and Fear the Walking Dead, it seems like things could go real bad real quick.
Yeah.
Well, it seems like you think everything's fine, everything's safe, and it seems like on all those shows, their commonality is within weeks or a month or so, society could really shit the bed if shit went wrong.
Yeah, quickly.
And you see that, and do you think that's the big appeal for your show versus Walking Dead? I know people are fans of both, but you got to see how it went down, like the progression of people say, "Oh wait, is my spouse sick? What's going on with the neighbor?" Then the military comes in. It would happen quick, huh?
I think that was the thing that really resonated because of our show resonated with the audiences because it was something that wasn't just an other situation. It was something that they recognized. The family, the lifestyle, the work, the questions, and then how quickly society and civilization does fall.
Of course.
In today's society especially.
How quick
do
it
we
could
do we
happen.
do we stay
Yeah.
put? Are we on the move? Do we try to go to a boat? Do we
Right.
It is pretty crazy.
And I'm trying to just remember Coleman Strand's character. You got stabbed or something like
Yeah, I
that,
got
right?
stabbed.
You were stabbed, so we're trying to figure out what happens to you. You got left behind a little bit,
Yeah,
right? You got to heal.
I stay behind, exactly.
And Kim, where are you at right now before the season premieres?
We are headed north to the border to look for my son.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, cool. All right.
I've noticed. Just thinking about. I think we lost
And
one of our
he was
favorite
in that-
characters. I don't want to. No spoiler for people that aren't caught up, but the Hispanic dad.
In season 2.
Yeah, didn't towards the end
Salazar?
he sort of lit the thing on fire and he
Yeah.
stayed in there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What a badass actor he is.
Yeah, he's amazing.
I'm gonna miss him.
He's a badass. He's a badass.
Did you give him a little farewell? Like, nice knowing you.
You know,
We still hang out with
we
him.
still hang
see
out
him
with
in
him.
New
He's a
York.
great guy.
He's
Yeah.
hoping
Yeah.
it was like a flashback. It's not real.
You're right. You're right. Just great characters.
Yeah, you never know. You never know with people unless unless you see them completely dead. You never know.
Right. Oh yeah, that's true. So anyway, we're real excited again, guys. This Sunday night, AMC. 2 back-to-back episodes premiering 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Colman Domingo Strand, thank you. And Madison, the mom, Kim Dickens, thank you for being on the show.
Thank you so much, you guys. You guys are awesome.
Covino and Rich next.
Covino and Rich doing it live from LA.